Yeah, welcome back to my channel, Dr. Okoya Ebasin. Today we are still looking at how to create additional sources of income. There are some areas that are very, very important when you are considering creating additional sources of income. Those are the areas we are going to look at it today. Now, one of such areas is the areas of estate management. Now, you see that what the rich people do is that whenever they make their money from any other business they are doing, they transfer a chunk of that profit or whatever money they are making from these businesses into estates. Because estate is something that is it's a source of income that is very secure and is a kind of a guarantee that over time the value will appreciate and more money will come from it. So it's an area that everybody that is looking for wealth, everybody that wants to get rich need to consider. When you make your money from whatever business you are doing, it is good that you transfer part of that profit. In fact, a major sum of whatever profit you are making from any other business into estate. Now, how do you do that? Found out that the rich, what they do is that whatever little money they have, from whatever businesses they are doing, they used to build houses and give them out for rent. So they build these houses, put tenants there, and then they are collecting rent either on a monthly basis or an annual basis. It's a very sure way of generating income, very stable, and it's like a kind of assurance that definitely the value will continue to increase, because the value of houses on a daily basis is increasing. So that is an area that we need to look at it properly. Now, you build houses and give it out for rent. You can build shops on the roadside and give it out for rent. You can build estates depending on your capacity and keep it out for rent. Now, the pattern is that they don't build big houses for living. They build houses for rent. They build big houses for rent and live a moderate life. While the poor would like to build big houses for living to show that they are rich. The rich, what they do is that they build houses for rent and live a moderate life. A good example is that there was a time when I was still in the service that we traveled to Abeokuta for a conference. And we are hosted by a retired professor and his wife. And when we went to their house to visit them, we found out that they were living in a 2-bedroom flat. Very moderate life. So we are just wondering that this professor retired and is living in this kind of house. I'm just wondering how moderate they were living. After lunch, then they now took us to their investment. If you see the school they built from primary to secondary, very big structure, very big school in a very expansive area of land. Now, if you look at these people, you will see that they are business-minded. They are people who are looking forward for tomorrow. So instead of living big with little or no investment, they are living moderate and they have very large investments that will continue to sustain them until they die. That is the approach. So estate is something that every businessman, every person that wants to get rich need to look at. Apart from building houses for rent, it is also necessary that you can buy land. Look at buying land in suburb areas. There are some areas that land is still cheap. So you buy land in these areas and patiently wait for the value to rise. If you buy land in the suburb of the city, as the city is growing, gradually it will grow to that point, to those places. And by that time, the value have risen. So you buy land in these areas, buy it at a very cheap price and allow it to stay. By the time it stays for 5, 6, 10 years, you will see that something that you buy with maybe 500,000 or 1 million, the value may even get up to 10 million. It's another way of investing, something that you are very sure that definitely over time, you will recover your money in double. So this is an area that everybody needs to consider, and it's the area that the rich are always considering whenever they are doing their investment. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, make your comments, and share this video. Thank you.